welcome to another episode of The Stable, and today we are going to be trying to finish up the 96. I got the supercharger back from Vortech, and not only did I have the seals replaced in it, I had the impeller upgraded to the TI. So it went from SI to the TI impeller, so it should definitely flow more air, so more power. Still having a hard time trying to find a pipe that will fit. I've reached out to several machine shops here in Colorado and have had absolutely no luck with trying to find somebody who can do this for me. So, but just a quick breakdown. So far with the Bullitt swap, we put the Bullitt EGR valve on. This bracket right here is from the Bullitt, and along with this sensor. The vacuum lines are from the Bullitt. We did the throttle and cruise control cable from the Bullitt, which was up in there, and I showed that in my last video. We have done the Bullitt intake itself, had it powder coated with the Bullitt AccuFab throttle body on there. I already had the coilover plug conversion done on this car, so that made it simple. I'm running my 96 bracket, slightly modified just because I cut back there to make that work, since this is a return style fuel system. And oh yes, and we have the 01 Bullitt alternator from PA Performance. So that is everything we've done to the car so far for the Bullitt swap. Actually, I've left out two things. The tube for the water pump down in the valley has been changed to the Bullitt, and we had to extend the wires, which I did off camera. So I extended this one. I extended the other one for the coolant. We extended some of the vacuum lines, and then the idle air control was extended. And then I went and put these with the wire looms over there, try to cover everything up, make it look pretty. This is going to be cut whenever we find a pipe. This is going to have to be way back here, probably in the pipe right here on the last one. You can see this was the tube I had. So right here where my thumb is where that attached to before. So we'll have to drill that, tap that, and then that should be it. Outside of that, this car is almost done, but that tube is just really being a pain right now, and is really the only thing that's holding this car up from being done and running. So with that being said, time to get the supercharger thrown on. We'll throw the alternator on, and then literally once I get that pipe done, we'll throw that on and be able to fire it up. And so to mount this supercharger, we got all of our bolts in this bag right here, and along with these bolts right here. The supercharger has to be mounted into the bracket first, and then the bracket and supercharger together will slide down in here. So it's not really bad. I've taken it off 2 or 3 times now, messing with this tensioner, and this is the Thump Racing tensioner, and I highly recommend it if you're going to be running a 2-valve and you're starting to experience belt slip. Like I said, my stock went on there, the tensioner was actually starting to flex, and it was throwing the belt and it chewed it all up, which is the main reason why that supercharger head unit had to be sent off in the first place, to get the seals fixed. Because on the back side of the pulley right here, pieces of the belt got down in there. It was causing it to leak. So highly recommend this belt tensioner. It's a little pricey, but then again, you know, when it comes to cars like this, you get what you pay for. So definitely a must to have. Wish I would have got it a lot sooner. All right guys, and as always, just ran into another problem. So got all the brackets on there, head unit on, but as you can see, this is the 01 Bullitt alternator, and this pulley is rubbing on it, and everyone online says you have to run the Bullitt alternator for the Bullitt swap, but this just being a GT Vortech supercharger system, it's just making things not line up. I don't even know if this is my old alternator. I don't even know if it's going to work. I think it's bigger here compared to the Bullitt one, which is why the GT alternator won't work. But yeah, this one's definitely not going to work either. I'm supposed to have right here where my finger is, if you can see, that bolt going through there is supposed to have this thick spacer on there, but if I put this spacer on there, that alternator wouldn't even go on there. So I just took it off to see if, you know, maybe if I tightened it down, if it would just barely clear that, but it's not. So another snag. All right, guys, and that's a GT alternator, and as you can see, that is not the answer either. It's hitting on the intake down there, and I don't want to force it down in there and scratched up the polished intake, but you can see with the holes about right there that it's still quite a ways off. So I'm thinking maybe I'll have to run the Bullitt, try to file down this spacer, but I still have no idea what to do about this over here, this idler pulley right here, because it is just catching on everything for some reason. The intake's not allowing this one, the 96 alternator, to slide in there, and then on the Bullitt alternator it slides down in there, but then it's resting on this pulley right here. All right, guys, so I thought I might have found a reason to get this to work. So this idler pulley right here is not this stock Vortech one. The stock Vortech one is a smooth, like, metal one. And the reason why I pulled that one off and changed it is because when the belt was jumping, before I realized it was the tensioner causing it, I replaced it to this one, thinking that the lips on the side right there would help keep the belt on there. So before I do anything else to this thing, I'm gonna try to find that stock Vortech idler pulley, the smooth one, put it on there, and maybe it's recessed enough forward or something that it'll give me just enough clearance, because this one is rubbing on there. So I'm gonna try that. If that doesn't work, I'll just have to go from there. But this thing is close to being done. Like I said, that the alternator's holding me up right now. I need to throw these couplers back on there. I can run the coolant line right here, and then all this week I'm going to be trying to find somebody who can make me a pipe to go from the throttle body to the aftercooler right here. But that angle is just so funky. So, and then the last thing I got to do with this is I'm going to double check, make sure I got the exhaust tight, because I'm pretty sure there's a slight leak on the driver's side where the headers meet up, and the throttle cable right here, you can see me wiggling it, has some slack in there. So there's a trick people have done on YouTube. They take like a little piece of like nylon, they cut it, go on the inside by the gas pedal, put that up in there, and then put a hose clamp around there just to eat up some of the slack in there. And we actually had that done to the car before, and the piece I had I threw away thinking that maybe this cable would be a better fit than the last one. So I had it done on this car before. I gotta do that again. So with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video, and I will catch you on the next one.